Jack, and Jack had a groove, and from this groove came the grooves of all grooves.
House music is a spiritual thing.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, this is A on the Rock, and you've tuned in to Outer Rhythm with Mista Nige.
Pump up the volume, dance.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Tuesday crew. Here we are in the studio, 98.3 FM, Canberra's 2XX, and we have got something very special today because in the studio we have what we can say, the man, the myth, the mystery. But tonight's edition, it's all about Soliq Records and the exclusive airing of a new album coming out, and it's full of Aussie artists, it's full of cool tunes. And we welcome to the studio a music enthusiast, a DJ and founder of Soliq Records, the one and only Solid Professor. Welcome along.
Good evening, everyone, or good day to everyone, wherever you are. Thanks for having me, Nige.
Mate, it's an absolute pleasure, and it's always good to, show some new music, put something else out, put something fresh, and to do it exclusively right here on Canberra's community radio. And Canberra's only house music radio show, Outer Rhythm. Fantastic. So
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Honoured to be here.
That's cool. And for those of you listening at home, there'll be a video of this coming out soon too. We got cameras. I even did my hair, put a special hat on. Nah, it's all good. So we're going to kick things off with a track about the bush culture. Draztek. This is out on the album. Tell us a little bit about this track and basically what made you come up with Soliq Records?
What made me come up with Soliq Records? Well, I've had the desire, I guess, to start a label for a little while. I guess the desire comes from the want to play, as a DJ, to play the freshest music to the people, the freshest possible. That's one of the reasons I started a label, and the other reason I was sort of encouraged by some artists, including Draztek. He was one of those artists who encouraged me that you would be good to run a record label. So I decided, and the name Soliq, it's a combination of the words solid and liquid, and it represents basically the genre bending aspects, because although we are mostly techno inspired and influenced record label, we try to kind of push the boundaries, and that's what we intend to do.
And you certainly have with this album. I've listened to it a couple of times. I've even put some tracks on another recording, so I say, of a radio show which goes out tomorrow in the UK, which is pretty cool.
Thanks.
It's good to have a nice range of music, a nice range of sounds. Obviously, with various artists producing the way they produce, every track's unique. So you've got a really cool sort of first album that brings out the very best in the culture that we know as ravers, as groovers, bush doofers, whatever you want to call us. And we love our dance music.
Absolutely. Well, most of the artists on this label are Soliq Records artists, with a couple of guest artists as well. And I'm also proud to say that most of the tracks on this album were written specifically for it, and it showcases the different styles of artists that are on Soliq Records, and that the different styles of music that we will be releasing as well.
Yeah, and it's cool because I did another radio show with a few of these numbers on it, and mixed them in with a whole bunch of different styles and sounds, and they just all blend in, which is cool.
That's awesome.
So how about we just get into it?
Yes.
And crank up bush culture. So whatever you're doing on a Tuesday night, get up and have a dance.
By Draztek, he's from the northern. He's from Canberra originally, but he moved to Northern Rivers area, and bush culture. It was the very one of the second track that was submitted for this VA, and very proud of it. I'm gonna be saying that all tracks are sick on this album because I love all of them. This is
Absolutely.
one of my favorites. No offense, I love them all. So okay, let's listen to it.
Let's do it. Like I said before, this is Out of Rhythm, live and direct from Studio 1 of Canberra's community radio station 2XX FM, and this is the world exclusive Soliq Records, the whole album. We're going to play the whole lot, and we're going to have a good time doing it. Let's go.
Decided to play them in the order as they were assembled by me.
Yeah, well, I looked at it and I thought, you know, I could change them around a bit, and then I thought it's kind of a bit rude when we're doing the whole album.
Not really. Wouldn't be.
I didn't want to put anyone off or anything like that. So I thought, you know, because when I did one of my release on the UK label, In It Together Records, they had a compilation that my track was on, and I did a mix of the compilation, and I just, you know, mixed them all up.
Yeah.
But I thought this one we could sort of, you know, it'll flow pretty well.
I just when I'm gonna be playing this album at Zenith Gathering, I'm gonna be playing it rearranged different way.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, no, and that's why I thought, you know, we'll just, because we sort of promote it as a bit of a, you know.
But this first and the last are my favorite tracks.
Yeah, okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's partly why I put them first and last.
Yeah. Because I think it was, I think Stab's track had like, it had like a riff of Sash Ecuador in there or something. It had that like, okay, it's an old 90s track. Well, no, it'd be a track from the 2000s, which is like a commercial dance track. So yeah, not familiar. That sounds familiar.
A few people like his track. Actually, a couple of people said that his is my favorite.
Weird sort of quirky sounds that come in. Yeah. Because, you know, it's like that 3 a.m. in the middle of a forest going, you know, you're like going, whoa, what was that? And yeah.
This is really like a push. Actually, I'm gonna ask Krastek if he's interested of starting like a series of VAs, like a short VAs called Bush Culture, and then he can compile it with his contacts.
Driving sort of bass in there, and
he's like one of the best psychedelic techno producers in Australia, I reckon. He's really good. Very underrated as well. Doesn't really release very much either. So I'm glad to have him.
Yeah. Well, that's the hardest thing. Like being a DJ now, you can't just be a DJ. You got to produce and you got to put music out, right? And it's just, it's mind blowing what you got to do to get a DJ gig. I mean, I can't get a DJ gig around Canberra, and I've travelled the world.
There's too many DJs. There's heaps of DJs.
But they're not DJs, half the people around town.
Oh no!
They're shit. They can't play music. They play shit music, and you sit there and go, wow, you get a job. You know, you go to 122 on a Saturday night. You know, you got some young dude who's got no fucking idea what he's playing and just plays you.
But 122 is like, I don't know, I don't necessarily rate that club.
No, it's just just a drink stress, really.
spelled an R.
Hey?
So Charmonic with an R.
Yeah, Charmonic.
It's an R here.
Oh, yes. I'll read it, Charmonic. I'll throw in some odd DJ drops here and there, okay? Because we've got to kind of promote the show.
Of course. yeah, do that.
You are tuned in to Outer Rhythm with Mista Nige.
What we'll do is I'll wait till about a minute out from the end of this track, and then we'll talk about this track.
So we got what about? How much time do we have to talk though? As much time as you want.
And then once we get ready to finish that talk, then I'll mix the next one in, and then we'll we're introducing we'll introduce the next one,
Okay,
which is humanism. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's one of those things you got to kind of roll with it.
Yeah, we'll roll it. Yeah.
Working all right so far. So. Oh man, we kicked off the show with a track called Bush Culture from Draztec, and in the background, Charmonic, Enemy Detected is the name of the tune. This is, of course, the special Soliq Records edition of Outer Rhythm, and Soliq Professor is in the house. He's got a smile on his face too.
Yes, well, I love this track. Very psychedelic, kind of bush vibes. Yes, very sci-techy kind of. I've listened to several versions of it as it was produced, and absolutely stoked with the result. Charmonic, Jacob, aka Charmonic from the Northern Rivers area as well. Absolutely glad to have him on a label and on this VA. He's been providing some advice and wisdom to me, so very glad to have him, and his track is just fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it was, when you mix the two tracks together and you can feel a bit of a vibe coming, and then you get those nice sort of sounds that, just take you back to the weekends when you're out in the middle of nowhere having a good time with your mates.
Yeah,
it's a wicked piece of music.
Absolutely, yeah, love it. So
let's introduce the next track before I start mixing it in for you.
Okay, yes. So next track is Humanism. Eddie, again, producer from Canberra. His track is called Reverse Bodyguard. He wrote this track in 3 weeks, even less than 3 weeks, specifically for this VA. So stoked to have him. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Okay, you tuned in to 98.3 Canberra's community radio station 2XX FM. You can get us on the old school, of course, 98.3, or on the new school, 2xxfm.org.au. Mr. Nige and Solid Professor in the house all the way through till midnight. We're going to have a good time.
The only place. Last week was Melbourne Cup, it was packed. But normally, sometimes I can go there and there'll be 2 or 3 people in there. Another time I'll go there and there'll be 30 people in there. So, I used to DJ there every Friday and Saturday night from 10 till 4. The place used to go off. It used to be nuts. Like we play R&B, we play trance, we play house music, we play hip hop, we play Arabic, the whole lot. And even a couple of sort of side trance tracks we played every now and then for a laugh. It was So what did the owners change or what? No, he wanted to do food and pull back from that sort of party scene and because it gets a bit much after a while. But then he misses it now, so he bought the place upstairs. He's going to turn that into a bit of a nice sort of club area.
Channel the Serendipity Fund. We can help engender and engineer serendipity by the choices that we make every moment, right? And so, by cultivating rich social networks, by cultivating connecting others.
just way too much. It's just like, fucking hell, you know. Like, first time I heard Psytrance, like, I knew it was something's just weird. Rock is usually good. Yeah, especially coming from a house music. You know, I'm used to, you know, good quality house music, and then you listen to Psytrance and go, what the fuck are these people thinking? These two tracks work well together as well because they've got that so you know that little bit of because the reverse bodyguard track if you just put a nice spiral effect on that outro and it just keeps going and then you loop that final little bar and it just has that and it just keeps going and going and then you just
I haven't actually mixed these tracks yet, so I'm yet to even do it.
It's one of those things when you listen to them, you just go, I know what I can do with that one.
You just send it to Johnny a little clip of you mixing it in.
Once I'll put it up on, and then you can share the links of the actual of the recording. We just get all of them to spread the word. Then you know, then send me the links for all the. I guess it's going to be Beatport, track source, those sort of things. Then we can add all that into the social stuff, and then Then hopefully this time next week we'll be millionaires.
Even the little clips from this video, I'll chop it up and send it to artists. They can post it as well.
So we'll do the same thing for this one. And then. I'll share it on the 2XX page as well. I'll get out to there's this little bit here. If you listen to Stacey's Ecuador.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I'll just do it again.
Yeah, I know the sound. Definitely. I don't know the name of the track, but yeah. Johnny, because he likes that sort of rave kind of thing, and like those old, he just put it sneaker in, you know?
As soon as I listen to it, I went,
You're going to try the section as well.
Yeah, probably, I think I'll get up on Saturday night again, like I did last week. So I think I've got a gig on that Saturday, and I'll go straight after the gig. Last time I got there like 4 in the morning or whatever, I went, hey! Right, and they were like,
Oh, not bad, anytime. Rocking up to the doof anytime is good, right?
well, that was the thing. I had a gig on I was doing a Christmas party in Queanbeyan, of all places, and then I had to leave there and drive up. Yeah. Good though.
It's going to be Soliq Records stage takeover on Sunday night.
Okay, yeah, nice.
You want to be there on Sunday night?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to take Monday off.
Yeah, I've got Monday off. Because I played, last year I ended up playing Sunday afternoon. It was supposed to be Sunday evening, but the guy with the lights disappeared or something, so they didn't have any lights, so, I ended up playing this afternoon session. It was pretty fucking cool, actually. Like the amount of people that came up, I went, that was mad. And I went, really? Because they're all, swimming or doing stuff, but, they had a few people on dancing on the couch, it was good.
Well, I hope you're enjoying this at home, because we certainly are in the studio. Reverse Bodyguard, bit of psy-trancey sort of sounds there, and they sort of filter into this track. So let's introduce the track that we're listening to right now.
It's a track by Nostalgia called Groove Transmission, and very groovy track. I think the name is very appropriate for it.
Oh, totally, yeah. and like I was saying off air, there was that little riff from Sash Ecuador from the early 2000s, and as soon as I heard the track, I went, cool.
Yeah, that was pretty mad. He also local producer from Canberra. Stuff Tech is his other name. So he wrote this track in 5 days.
Well, there you go. 5 days. Wicked stuff.
Champion. Yeah.
So again, if you just joined us, Soliq Records, it's an exclusive, world exclusive, we're calling it, right here, because the nation's capital brings out world exclusives on community radio. And we're listening to some grooves. We've had a bit of, I guess, bush tech kind of sounds, a little bit psy-trancey, a little psy-groove, if you want to call it that. I mean, pick a genre.
Psy-groove, that's the first one for me. I haven't heard this. That's a good one.
That's our new genre. We're just going to call it psy-groove, right?
Psy-groove, yeah, sounds good.
So let's introduce the next track off the album.
The next track is by an artist from Sydney, NVU. You've met him, Nige, on my podcast. I
have indeed, yes. Yeah, we had a good chat on that podcast, and we'll do a shout out to the podcast because it's called Prog is Bullshit, and it's funny. Look it up on YouTube.
Thank you. Yes, and so the track is called Techno Diggity, and the way he came up with the name, he was listening to this track. I don't remember by whom, but it's No Diggity. It's got this hip hop kind of track.
Yep, the old R&B school. Yep.
And so he came up with Techno Diggity, and it's fantastic track. Goes for about 8 minutes. Really strong, also bush techno kind of track.
Okay, how about we mix it in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? This is your man, Roland Clark, and you're listening to Outer Rhythm with Mista Nige.
Calibrating system control.
lost that track. But I've gained something else, and then all of a sudden it just punches you back in the face with here's the track back.
Calibrating system control.
And we go from the sounds of NVU Techno Diggity to this track by Aaron King called Calibrate. So let's talk to the boss man of Soliq Records, Solid Professor, and say, what does the professor think of this one? Did he give it marks out of 10 or what?
No, I cannot give it marks, but it's definitely, I'm very proud of this track. I really like the break in it, and it turns into this sort of kind of down-tempo, kind of or mid-tempo track, and then back into techno. Aaron King, producer from the Central Coast, very talented producer, up-and-coming producer, but releases killer tracks, and very proud to have him on the label on this VA. Well done, Aaron. Shout out to Aaron King.
Yeah, that was nice. We said off air about the break, how it sort of comes into that sort of it's sort of a pseudo breakbeat type sort of sound, and it sort of takes you away from the main track, but it keeps elements of the track into it, and then it brings it back in and just goes, here we go, we're onto it. So yeah, nice track.
Nice work. Fantastic.
So let's move swiftly on to the next track.
The next track is by an artist from Sydney, JNTN, and its name is Damas, and this was the first track submitted for this VA. So it's more sort of peak time driving type of techno, so I think it's a bit faster, but we are now getting into faster BPMs for the rest of the
That's
album.
right, we eased you into the night, and then when we get to midnight, we go out in a high.
Also, awesome track, very proud of this track as well.
You're proud of every track,
which
is exactly what you should be, because, you know, it's no mean feat to actually not only start a record label, but do your first release like this with, what is it, 11 tracks.
11 tracks, yeah.
You know, that's a huge effort, and, you know, you should be very proud, and we're going to hear a lot of these around the Bush Stuffs.
Absolutely, it will.
In the next few months.
Yeah.
I know there's a certain one we're going to in December, which is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. There's going to be, you told me, a takeover on the
Yes.
Sunday. How
Yes.
good's that?
Absolutely.
Always love
Kid.
a takeover.
Yes.
So let's get into this one.
Yes.
JNTN Damos.
Yep.
I'm not sure, what does Damos stand for?
I'm not sure.
No idea?
No idea. Yeah, I should follow up and ask him.
Yeah, it's always interesting. Some of the names of tracks, you know, you can listen to it and work out exactly what how you came up with the name.
Damos is pretty hard. Yeah.
Who knows? Could be a mate of his.
Yeah, well, I'm going to interview him soon, hopefully, and I'll find out in the interview.
Cool, excellent. Can't wait to hear.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. 98.3 FM, Mista Nige with Outer Rhythm, your Tuesday night house music show, 10:30 till midnight each and every week, and we are showcasing Soliq Records with Solid Professor in the house.
Let's do it.
You know, it's one of those sort of weird baskets that you put in there and go, it sort of sounds like, you know, it's an instrument, but it's more like, I don't know what it is. It's sort of, but it sort of comes in pretty hard at the beginning, but then it sort of sits in the background for quite a while, and then it comes back and you go, oh, there's that sound again. So like, it's not quite acid, right? It's sort of got that feel to it. It's like someone's taken an acid sound and gone, let's just get rid of the acid out of it and just have that sound. Okay, none of it more acid. It just needs that bit of 303 just to come in and give it the real. It changes. It's gone from a sort of weird, sort of half acid into this, you know, arpeggiated sort of. It's weird. Well, it's not weird. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool weird. A cool weird. I won't say that on here, but you know. Rabbits on Saturn is a pretty out there name anyway. And then when it's fractured glass, you sort of get the idea of that. You know, it's fractured. You know, there's a bit of this, there's a bit of that, but it all sort of blends in quite nicely together. We'll try and explain that in a minute. I think it'll be interesting. I don't know what we're going to come up with there, but something.
We've gone from the driving techno sounds of JNTN and Deimos to a track by Rabbits on Saturn, and it's called Fractured Glass. Now we're trying to have a bit of a discussion off air of what you class this as. It's got some cool sounds in it, and then it goes from a sort of an acid vibe with a psytrance sort of touch to it into this arpeggiated piano, which is cool, and then it finishes off
with
this sound, which you know, you could listen on repeat for 5 minutes and just go, woo, that's cool. So tell us about Rabbits on Saturn.
Rabbits on Saturn, producer originally from UK and currently lives in Brisbane, and released a very unique style. I listened to first one he's released on Frison Records, and caught my attention straight away, and thanks to Frison Records, with their help, we were able to get this track on this album.
Excellent.
So very glad to have it. It's like you said, it's like look at this, or listen to this sound now. It's amazing.
and it's good to work with other record labels too. It's you know, it's a bit of a dog eat world out there when it comes to music, record labels and artists. But when you can talk freely between each other, makes the world a happier place, I think.
So shout out to Rabbits on Saturn, shout out to Frison Records. Very glad to have this track on the album. Fantastic, very unique style.
Okay, cool. So before we get into the next track, let's talk about the release date for this album.
So the release date for this album is on the 20th of November on
Monday.
On Monday, yeah. So
yeah, next week.
Pretty much on main streaming platforms and on Spotify, of course, and on Beatport. But it's already available for pre-orders on Beatport now.
So there you go. If you're enjoying this tonight, jump on Beatport while we're doing the show, or tomorrow morning, and click on Soliq Records. That's SOLIQ.
Yep.
When you put that in the search bar of Beatport, it comes up straight away. I know that for a fact because I'm on Beatport pretty much every day. and hit the purchase button.
Yeah.
Pre-orders, gotta love them.
You can type the name of the album, which is Uncharted Sounds, and it should come up, and maybe we could talk about the name of the album at some point tonight as well.
Well, how about we play another track, and then we'll get into Uncharted Sounds, because we are Uncharted Sounds right here in Studio 1. The place is heaving, I can tell you. We've got the speakers turned up. It's getting a bit hot in here too, as per normal, but that's because we're having a good time. So
absolutely.
Let's get on.
Enjoying it at home or wherever you are.
Well, wherever you are, you should be listening around the globe. I know there's a few people that will be listening to this in the UK once I upload it tomorrow. And of course, this will be ready for replay not only on the 2XX website, but also on my Mixcloud and SoundCloud pages. And then, of course, you'll get the recording to do whatever you wish with. So you'll see plenty of this on the socials, which is good stuff. And the next track, the incoming sounds of Anya Quantum, hopefully I'll pronounce that right, The Golden Order, 1980 shit is what's written in brackets now.
Yes.
Or is it 1980s hit?
No. Yeah. Well, that's
it depends which way you read it, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. A producer from Mexico.
Wow.
Actually,
okay.
He's the only overseas producer on this album. Very glad to have him. And this track is, he said it's a very special for him. It's got some vocals going on of this person. I don't exactly remember. He explained it to me, but it's got this retro feel to it.
Oh, totally. Yeah, no, it does have that old school vibe. I must admit, played it a few times. So Mexico.
Yes.
So to all our Mexican listeners out there in the World Wide Web, welcome along to Outer Rhythm. We are coming at you live and direct from Studio 1 in Canberra, the nation's capital. And this is community radio at its best. And this is the only house music show you'll get in the local community. It's Outer Rhythm. So let's get on to Anya Quantum and the Golden Order.
Yep.
work it out, but I couldn't. You know, you can't factor in what's getting. You know, we'll start talking. Like you know, like with that one. You know, I read out the name of the track, and it's 1980s shit or 1980s hit. Yeah. You know, all of a sudden we're And that's the beauty of doing this sort of stuff because you just free roll it. So, and it's live. You only get one shot at it.
Brothers and sisters, we're gonna shut down the mechanical stuff that makes us feel like
Explain to me whose vocals it is and why it was instead of the voice message, it was hard to understand. There's an accent. Yeah, when you said he's, I mean, I didn't know he's from Mexico, but you know, Mexico, and you listen to the track, and he's got this sort of English, you know, speaking guy on there, whether, you know, he might be American or whatever, but, you know, you wouldn't have expected someone from Mexico. You know, to find these sort of things.
Is in its way kind of unique. This one is kind of old and new, you know, sounds blended in together.
Yeah, but it's got that sort of typical sort of driving, you know, that techno. Well, I call it melodic techno feel to it because it's just, you know, one of those keep going sort of things as opposed to the techno that's just facing punching in there. But you know, it's whereas the other ones they've got those elements of some of them have got the elements of psytrance in them, some of them have got that sort of that Australian bush type feel to it. You know, I've gone to raves all over the world, and you know, there's a thing about the Australian culture which has this, you know, the bush feel. Yes. You know, so many people are going, what the hell's that? I go, I don't know, but I'll go to one. I'll go find out. You go, oh, it's just a rave, but it's just got some different music. You know, they've all got that nice sort of deep, different sort of sounds to them. They're not. I wouldn't call them sort of anything other than that sort of you know what I'm talking about, that sort of that deep vibe, that sort of melody. You know, it's easy to you can listen to it in the car, you can listen to it at work, you can listen to it out in the middle of a bush on a massive sound system, right? You can have it in your headphones and you go, oh. Whereas you know, sometimes when you get that some of the techno stuff, you just go, well, you know, 10-15 minutes, you just go, whoop, I need to sit down and have a breath, you know. Totally different sounds to the Australian guys. You know, it's got that nice sort of organic sort of housey sound. Just kind of, so like this, you know, if you were, you know,
it does sound like 1980s song, but like with modern
music. I mean, it's like a lot of the tunes now. I mean, a lot of the stuff I produce is sort of old school, you know, traditional house music, but with the new school sounds. Like, makes a big difference. it out so that we can get to midnight.
Well, get to midnight easily.
Yeah. South Indian classical music thing. It's the weirdest. Like you go from banging house to this bang, bang, ding, 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 and I'm like, nah, man. There's a guy that's done me in before. He does French pop music, so it can be sort of R&B, it can be dance music, general sort of popular music that's been played in France. So yeah. So he wasn't here, wasn't pre-recorded, or? No, I just come in and play one of his. He's got a like a Bob Sinclair does it.
And what if you're not here? Nothing.
No, there's just basically the system has all these commercial radio network shows pre-recorded that just get played. Yeah, which is a bit of a shame because. But the problem is it's all volunteer based. Everyone volunteers. I volunteer, but I pay subscription to be here. So you know, not everyone wants to give up their time every week to do it, which is fair enough.
Outer Rhythm, your house music radio show. Jump on the socials and stay connected.
finished everything on Sunday night. So,
We all at work, man. I know what it's like. We used to ride mountain bikes for charity, and I'd take GoPro footage and talk, all that sort of stuff, and then you go and edit, and you get this tiny little video, and it take you hours.
yeah.
All right, let's do it.
So in the background, B-side, a track called Plain and Simple.
Yeah,
Bit more than plain and simple. It was cool. Got a nice little driving bass line in there. Some quirky sounds.
Yeah.
Sounds like a few sort of birds singing in the background.
Yeah.
It's
Very
tell us
interesting
about B-side.
B-side, it's a producer duo from Sydney. Up and coming producers, just started producing a couple of 2-3 years ago, but they've got very unique ideas. Style is a bit unorthodox, so yeah, very also interested, stoked to have them on a label because of their uniqueness and their style, and they're cool guys as well. So Plain and Simple. Also have heard a lot of versions of it before it ended up being what it is. Is thanks to Mozolator, whose track is played next, for providing feedback to them on the track.
Yeah, cool.
And getting it to where it is now.
Yep.
So we're very happy with it.
Nice stuff. So there's a bit of a segue there for Mozolator. Tell us about this last track, because we've played the whole album. How cool is that?
The next track, the final track on this album by Mozolator, is called Soliq. So it is a very special track. It was written specifically for this label, for this DA.
Yep.
It was the first track written for Soliq Records by my label partner, Mozolator. So Josh, your track is played next. Awesome track, got also, I cannot explain. Let's listen to it.
No, I was going to say, if we can't explain, let's listen to it, and we're going to play it right from the beginning because it's got a pretty cool intro. So, Mozolator, Soliq, it's the last track of tonight's show. We're going to come back a little bit later on, just before we clock off, to say thank you. But it's been a wild old session. It's been good fun. Enjoyed it. It's been awesome. So let's get into Mozolator and Soliq.
Scientists keep finding that elements can exist in other states or somehow.
That worked out pretty well because the other track has that weird bit, and I forgot that. Nice. So what we'll do is at about 57, we'll jump on and do a quick thanks for listening, jump on the links, etc., and then we'll roll it out from there, and then we'll save it, upload
guys B-side, they're actually listening to the show.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Like, you're on air, it's like, oh, I've been listening to the whole thing.
That's cool. That's good to hear.
Yeah. Because that's their first ever label release. So a debut release of their debut release or our debut release.
Yeah, nice. Again, the beauty of technology nowadays is you can get into music production so much easier.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's lots of, you know, and the good people who can get in there and understand and work on it, can do it really well.
Yeah.
I do a lot of work with a mate of mine in the States called Ant the Rock, who's pretty well known in the house music scene. I've done a few tours with him and all that sort of stuff. And he gave me a challenge last week. He says, you know, I want you to spend 20 minutes on drums, 20 minutes on synths, 20 minutes on the funky part of the track, and then 20 minutes on arrangement, see what you come up with. And I'm like, fucking hell. And, you know, say 80 minutes, and you basically put the timer on, you've got to get your drums together in 20 minutes, then you've got to get the synths and stuff in 20 minutes, and you know, your bass lines and everything.
Apparently, the rest is a good way to you're not stuck for hours of the same thing.
Well, that's what half my problem was. You listen to all these different sounds, you just go, oh man, that's cool, and then you just go off on a tangent doing something. But yeah, he said, man, let's give this a crack. And I was like, bloody hell. I mean, the track's pretty cool at the moment, so yeah. Right, when this goes in, we'll do the thank yous.
As we listen to Mossolator and Soliq in the background, we just got to say thank you to Solid Professor for coming into Studio One on a Tuesday night. Hope you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
It's been awesome to be able to play every single track off the album.
Absolutely stoked with it. Thanks for having me.
Oh, mate, absolute pleasure. Tell us once more, where can we find Soliq Records and where can we jump on the socials to follow you?
Well, you can jump on Linktree / Soliq Records, and from there on, it's going to be all platforms. On Instagram, it's Soliq Records.
Yep.
Facebook, we
the
are
usual
on
stuff.
Bandcamp.
Okay.
Usual stuff.
Awesome. Well, what we'll do is we'll put some stuff out on the 2XX page as well as our socials, so you can follow it. For everyone out there listening in, hope you enjoyed it. Soliq Records, it's a different type of show from the usual Outer Rhythm, but we've had a great time. As always, thanks for tuning in. Mista Nige is signing out for a Tuesday night, 2XX FM, Canberra's community radio. I'll be back next week, and we'll be playing some more banging house music for you each and every Tuesday, 10:30 till midnight. Thanks once more. Solid Professor signing out.
Yeah, all the best, everyone. Look out for future releases of Soliq Records.
Thanks very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Practice anything. Oh, perfect. Pretty awesome.